because it's New York.
Everybody
We're the
got to come
empire.
to New York at
That
some
doesn't
point.
mean Atlanta's not Atlanta, LA's not LA, Chicago's not Chicago, Miami's not Miami, etc., etc. Baltimore's not Baltimore, DC's not DC. Yes, but we still New York.
Yes, sir.
And inside of being New York, we have our ways. There's just a lot of us. So you're gonna have some cornballs. You're gonna have some men. You're gonna have some people you like or dislike. We big. We've been here. We have a lot of examples. But the people who really represent New York is not on the internet. They're just not those type of characters. So the majority of the New Yorkers that's on the internet besides entertainers are bloods. We have a big blood representation of my age bracket. And that's what LA use against her. That's what, and I'm not even saying LA, that's what WAP and the dark media use against us. That they think us being blood, not me, I've never been blood, salute to the bloods, you know, or Crip, they using that as y'all following us. So this is why they can antagonize and play the game like y'all want to be. Like, that's a small faction. Because the New York, like I am, you're not going to hear them talk.
Right.
They're not talking, no matter what financial, mental, spiritual state they in. We're not talkers. We're not letting you know who we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between like old school, new school. It's more of being discreet. You know what I mean? Being able to get away with it. Being able to be with your grandkids. One thing about the mom, they lived to 90 years old.
Yes, sir.
Black men dying very young.
Man.
You understand? And who can change it? Of course, their age group and us and helping, but that's something we gotta let go. We can't be so braggadocious about crime.
Hey, this kind of even take me back to what I was saying about DJ Academic saying that shit about Drake and LeBron. Like, nigga, you're telling on the yalla. Like, forgive me, I didn't know whatever word to use, but
y'all out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he makes his money. Academic is one of them strange entities that's allowed because he knows the algorithm. He knows how to play the game to benefit. He doesn't care about no one. He made his fortune. If he doesn't make any more internet money, no more social media money, he's made a lot of money. And he made money where it's harder for people to do that. A lot of people who made their early internet money, it's changing. Can you still do it? Yes. But it's great to have done it for 10 years and stick on that experience and those incomes and treasures and look back. So he's kind of far gone. And then the hands and behind works with him. Spotify, Universal, all the labels work with Academic. I used to listen to Academic before I knew what Academic was. In 2014, I was in jail and I had a cell phone. And this is when Bobby Shmurda was out. This is, I mean, I used to listen to that, but I didn't know who Academic was, but he was entertaining because he had a funny voice. He used to always talk about Chicago. Reaper and Chief Keef. This one, Chief Keef and all that was out. So this was his, you know what I mean? And he made his name. He's here, and then he's gonna use you. The internet is a doggy dog world.
But I was saying all that to even say to your point of how a lot of folks operate these days and just giving out criminal information. Like, what the fuck?
It's the strangest time, but this is because it's repetitions and it's created by the masses that be. If I keep putting a number in front of you, you're gonna say something about that number. This play has been played over and over and over and over, so it's gonna pick up. When I say the play of you said something to me, I gotta say it back because it's public. And now I gotta respond. It's a fool's game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And the powers that be looking down at it like, I got these niggas. You know what I mean? So you gotta know how to make it work for you. Some people know how to make it work. Charleston White know how to make it work. So when I got on the internet, Charleston White came right after me. I used to speak to Charleston White. Charleston White was saying what I wanted to say. That's another reason I fell back. Because I came on the internet to say something. I didn't come to talk about me and this and that. I came to say, yo, we going down the wrong route and we letting the wrong things influence us. It's hard to say that to a streaming service that likes ignorance. So if you coming on here with this with Malcolm X and Black Power, you're not going to get a lot of traction.
Right.
So you have to be able to say what you want to say and attract the same that audience. So Charleston White was able to say the most outlandish, outrageous things and still get a message across and still affect your emotions, no matter if you like him or not.
Right.
There, you got to know how to take what you're supposed to take
from it.
You understand?
Okay.
So he rubbed a lot of feathers on purpose.
Yeah, just to grab, garner your attention.
On purpose.
Yeah, to get your attention and the blow up, but the point is still in there.
Right. Now, he take it this far and that far.
Dude.
You can't. A lot of us is too old to be fooled. So if you being fooled by the antics, the trickery, that's on you. You're not ready for that message. Message A, you're not ready for message B. So he made a living. We watched him become this personality and gain, because a lot of people on the internet to get money. I never came to get money, but it's money here. Now I'm gonna come get the money because it is money here. You just got to know how to do it.
Yes, sir.
So I know I got to gather the troops. We go online. We got enough personalities. You know what I mean? I'm a major page on Old School Relics.
Yes,
I got 33,000 followers.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get millions of views organically. You know what I mean? That's my page is organically. It's not. I didn't make it up. So I know there's an avenue for people like me. My internet is mainly 80s, the cars, the money, the mistakes. I could talk about the violence. You've never really heard me talk about violence. I did more violence than most people my age. I know that for a fact. So that's later. I'm gonna get in that because that's what people want to hear, and I can teach inside of that. I know they want to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, they never heard me speak.
People love those stories
because I knew it was a time and place. I came to the internet to help my guys, but I came more to support the Samuel movement.
Okay.
From the Samuel movement, created the Murder Unit movement and the brothers, because this was a story that people knew, you know. And I got my own story, and this is why I'm back.
Okay.
I got my own story.
Yes, sir.
My story is very deep, and I've been in a lot of unique places. You know what I mean? Sex, Money, X was my celly. You know what I mean? From Sex, Money, Murder, Pistol Pete and the Program. That was my celly. Louis Eggs from The Sopranos, the Calavante, that was my celly. OG Mac co-defended Job B. You know what I mean? Original Blood dudes on the OG Mac case. That was my celly. I've been in with the big Colombians, you know what I mean, in the street. I was the one who talked to Rod Diggs after the Jim Jones
shit.
When Rod Diggs pulled up to Sue's Rendezvous. We didn't know Rod Diggs was there. I know Rod Diggs from the alley.
Okay.
Me, Rod Diggs, Tyson with the right on. My son Crazo. Crazo got 40 years. Rod Diggs is younger than me. Rod Diggs was in 3 upper. I'm in 3 lower. They a little younger than me. I knew Rod Diggs from then. I used to send them coogies upstairs. You know what I mean? To their house. We're talking about Rikers Island.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? I worked 4 jobs on Rikers. I worked on the visiting floor on Rikers Island, giving out the buckets. I cleaned the floor after you leave the visit in the floor building. I worked in the unit. I'm moving around the building when the building is closed. You know what I mean? So I say that to say I knew Ra from the 90s. You know what I mean? Rikers Island. So I didn't know this shit even happened with Jim that night. That nigga, something happened with the kid Smash. That's Jim Man. He from like the east side. This is blood shit. And Rod come home, Rod Diggs on blood shit. You know what I mean? Then you gotta understand Rod Diggs is like 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Tall youngin', always been tall. So anyway, I don't know this even happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this nigga just broke the studio door, Jim's studio door. This happened earlier today. The time I meet with Jim, we in Sue's Rendezvous. So we in Sue's chilling, we about to leave. He just made a song. I wish I knew the song. He made the song in the studio, because this when we was putting them on the USBs and all that. Flex DJing at Sue's, got the shit to Flex that night. We made the song. He made the song that night. The song is playing. This is when technology started to change. Yeah. The song is playing that same night.
Yeah.
Before you had to carry a record. So boom, I think Free from 106 and Park was there that night. So we all in Sue's. Sue's is a strip club in Mount Vernon on top of the Bronx. So we in there, we about to leave. You know, we militant. We know, you know what I mean, how to move, what time to move in unison, make sure we get to the cars, all this. So we found out like right before we was about to leave. So when we come out, Rod Diggs is in front of the club in a van. Rod Diggs standing outside. Like I told you, Rod Diggs is like 6'6". I got my two youngins. It's mad of us. Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, it's mad of us. But I got my Bronx faction, but I got some of my youngins with me from my block, from Gerard. I got my little man Tim and somebody else. I don't know, Rambo, somebody, but I got my little man Tim. I know Tim was there, and Tim is shorter than me. So talking to Rod, you got to look up talking to this nigga. So I'm automatically uncomfortable because I got to look up and talk to this nigga. So we talking about Rikers Island. So we talking about my son Smoke. Smoke got died. Because Smoke, I was in one side, and Smoke and them niggas, Smoke out the style, dark-skinned smooth kid, he was on the other side. So you got a Bronx side and mixed niggas, you got a Brooklyn side. That's how this Rikers Island shit be. Okay. But we in the same unit, but we on each side, which we call a bubble where the police be. So these niggas is boning the police. Miss Fans and Miss Fields. These niggas on the other side. I ain't been there that long. They're already loopy. Clothes. We wear our street clothes. So when they got their street clothes, they move. We 360. We teenagers. You know what I mean? Boom. And Rod Diggs upstairs. So through movement, we all affiliate. You know what I'm saying? So when I come out, so we talking about the island. He here for Jim to see. So we talking, I'm like, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Like, shit ain't about me. Like, nah, man, you know, I'm just trying to check his temperature, you know, and see what's going on. He didn't really come to do nothing. So all that shit on the internet that they be talking about, Rob Press, Jim, and that's a lie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We know
clearing that up right now.
Shooter and Rod Diggs is people. You know what I mean? They people on their blood time and comrade shit.
Sir.
But so I already knew that it was going to go that way, Rod and Shooter talk. But Rod Diggs get into dispute with Jim Man over some blood shit, right? Don't really got nothing to do with Jim. So Jim is mainly probably saying, yo, get out the studio with that shit, da 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 da. And both men want respect. Rod slams the door. I don't know if he want to break the door on purpose or not, but when he slams the downstairs door, it's glass, it shatters. So he know this nigga Jim, from Jim reputation, Jim going, I mean, send the goons or whatever, Rod has his reputation. And this is only if you knew. His reputation got bigger after he went to prison because now the media talked about it, but you had to be a jail guy. It wasn't internet, it wasn't as it was. Or you had to be a Brooklyn kid, or you had to be from Gowanus. You had to be in the mix to know him, especially if you're not from Brooklyn. Right. So I wouldn't have known him if I wasn't on the island with him. He just would have been another dude on the street. Right. So when we come out the club, Rod Diggs is there. Him and his man. I knew two of them. I knew him and I knew his man, rather. So me and Rod talking. He like, yo, I just can't. This is what he said out of his mouth. He said, I'm just trying to see what's what. You know what I mean? Like, if it's still going where it's going. I know they had the hammers and all that because they got the van open. They got like a van. These niggas is directly in front of the Sue's Rendezvous. So boom, I talk to him. Nobody else. You know what I mean? Because I don't even know he's there. I just, oh shit. So I gotta make sure Jim's safe and Jim gets to where he gotta get to. So Jim is this when the Camaros was out. Jim got the black Camaro. So I talked to Rod. He like, nah, this one is make sure you know what I mean, everything is good. You know what I mean? Check his temperature, but aggressive, still aggressive, but not disrespectful. He ain't disrespecting me. He just want to know like what's up with Jim. He want to really talk to Jim. You know what I mean? And I know Jim is not gonna want to talk. So boom, I go to Jim. Jim is in a Camaro in the parking lot. So I walk to Jim. So I'm talking to Jim. Jim is in the car. So I'm saying, what's up with bro? What's up with that? He like, yo, so Jim is like, man, fuck that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the kid that Jim Man, I don't want to say his name. Jim Man is Jim brother. Like he said, that's my brother. So Jim, man, fuck that, man. That's my brother. So Jim is basically saying, I'm on my man's side. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, he ain't really told me. He like, man, fuck that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I know Jim. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh man, let me. So I don't relay that message back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bro, let's get ahead.
Yeah, let's
so
be better off,
like,
leave well enough alone.
Yeah, I'm like, that shit ain't about nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we not really even talking about that. We talking about the island and who died and that was that night. They never spoke after that night. You understand what I'm saying? So I be sitting back when I be hearing the internet story. The internet story is a lie. It could have been something. We know Ra has his history. You know what I'm saying? And him and Jim is two different guys, meaning Jim is an entertainer and not a sucker, and Ra is from a whole different element of street shit. Right. You know what I mean? Jim has to be a professional and make music and da-da-da-da. That's his word. Yep. So he has to move different. Yep. So any nigga with any kind of intelligence, you want these rap niggas to crash out. This is this era. They crashing out. This is the era y'all wanted. They crashing out. So, you know what I mean? Like that incident, you know what I mean? It's certain things that I'm at. The Fresh Montana shit, we throwing bottles at French. You know what I mean? Because I had Jim on my block. My man Ant Live coming, Free Ant Live. And my son Ant Live from Vietnam. Ant Live like, yo, Flex having a party. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. We go to that. You know what I mean? Then French is there. It's me, Mel Murder, Jim, Shotty, all French. This is in the height of the, start throwing bottles at them. That's online. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody guess, Dipset. You know what I mean? It's plenty of scenes. I'm there when Cuban Link get cut. We there. I spoke to Cuban Link that night. Because we Capone just come home. This is like whatever it is, 99 or something like that. If I want to wait 99, it's Jada Kiss out there, Pone, Nori not there. Cuban come. Cuban got the big Cuban on with the house. I seen him right before he went upstairs. Showbiz outside. Showbiz got the Benz. We got the Benz drop. Yeah. Showbiz out there. So niggas going to party. It was too crowded. The fire marshals is shutting shit down, and they not really letting nobody in there. So that goes on, but it goes on in the club. So Five is home at the time. You know what I mean? Boom. Five called him. So I don't know what's his name? Cuban Link name is Felix. So Five called, his girl pick up. She like, Felix don't feel like talking right now. He just got cut. This is right after he got cut. Shit. She like Felix don't feel like talking right now. And that's the night he got cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the club, the fights with Nut. And I got my own stories also. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why I'm back on the net, because you got to give both stories. This is what the people want. They want, and there's enough of a group of us, my group, we do, and we do one story of guys that come out of my era that can prevent these little kids from going to prison and dying young. That's the overall message. You know what I mean? The first time I shot somebody, I was 17. You never heard me say that on the internet. No. Our man's number's there. Witnesses is there. Right. You know what I mean? I shot up 2 blocks at one time. One over here, came out of a block, shot up another block. But you don't hear me talk about that. But I have to come back, because this was my initial thing to come to the internet, is to help people that grew up like me. You know, I did over 13 years. You know, I did the juvenile prison. I did the state prison. I did the Rikers Island. I did the up north. I did the federal. I came home. I got a bachelor's degree. I opened companies. I run a company. I'm out the streets total. I made the money. I bought the cars. I did that. I made my mistake. It never made me nobody of importance, because I got to go to courts and get things and dispositions for me to even be employed. You trying to go open businesses, they're going to look at your background, your driving record, your criminal record, your credit record. They're going to look at all this before you think you could take and bring yourself out of the streets. So I preach, don't become a felon, man. Yes, you can do a lot of things and make a lot of mistakes, but with that felony, it scarlet letter, it closes a lot of doors. Yep. So now I'm at that age, you know what I mean, over 45 years old, and dealing with my past. You know what I mean? So this is my purpose of speaking. Why I ever came to the net after people called for me, because I came to Samuel, then it took a snowball effect, and I made an impact, and all the pages still show me love, you know. And I said, man, I'm coming back. Let me highlight. I reached out to you this time. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, bro. Let's go live. Let's do something, and we're gonna be from this. We're gonna make some other things happen. You know. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to hear it. You know. Now I'm back. They want to hear the bullshit. They want to hear the ignorance. I'm gonna get them the ignorance. We do want to hear those stories. I'm not going to hear the ignorance. I know how to mix it. You know what I mean? I know how to mix it. You know what I mean? I'm paying attention. Yes, you know what I mean? I'm paying attention to the dark side. It's a dark side of the net. It's an intellectual side of the net. There's an entertainment. It's one. It's one snowball effect. Because a lot of these people at the top, doctors, lawyers, they have a past. everybody that's of notability of the Bible they had a criminal record. So how does the story get told if nothing ever happened?
I believe David was a killer. I'm just saying.
If Moses, etc. If we never went through nothing, how we gonna teach our kids? If we never lost a job, if we never got left back in school, we never got in trouble by our moms, if we never went through something and overcame something, how valuable is our story?
Man, real
talk.
So
we just trying to help however we can help. And our biggest avenue is hip hop.
Yes, sir.
We own that. We own that.
This is our culture.
So no matter how much people use it, I mean, we own that, bro. We have a communication. We have a language that we hear through music, that we hear through podcasts, that we hear through the news, that we hear through success stories, becoming mayors, doctors, professionals, owners. We come from that. We made Michael Jordan a billionaire. Hip hop did that.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? It's more than the music. When we know the art of it, we know the break dancing. But what has happened over the years is another element of hip hop is finance. And that's my thing. I'm very good at it for my age and experience. I know to make I don't have bills. My phone bill is $26. You know what I mean? My car insurance is under $100. You know what I mean? I own everything I have. I own. I'm not in debt with anyone. There's another aspect of finances. We know we got to invest. We know we got to educate ourselves. We know we need to fill all these departments of finance, of success. We know we got health, we got wealth, we got these cliches. But salute the people that's putting in the work. You know?
Man, it's wonderful to hear a brother such as yourself have such great mastery of financial literacy. You know what I'm saying?